Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're here for another Duel Links Meta Weekly, number 333 of these things in a row with 0 interruptions every single week, bro. If you would like to join in these events, you can do so by being a subbed member of the DLM Discord. Meme review before start? Sure. But I also had a couple other things. I did have some talking points to talk about, but sure, we can go hate ourselves with the meme review. Sure, why not? We'll add that to the pile. Alrighty. Go ahead and get this set up. I didn't even finish my thought. Oh, if you want to join these events, be a subbed member of the DLM Discord. Head on down to the sign up channel and you could join in. Prize pool up to $50. Dependent on number of entries. $1 or one person $1 up to 50. You found the goo? I don't believe you, Valk. But I remain delighted to have you prove me wrong. Okay, since we have about 20 minutes to go through this stuff, let's go ahead and just start burning through it. So, first things first, Konami has finally corrected what I think we can all agree was a massive oversight. If you got the Blue Eyes deck as a new returning player, you were unfortunately unable to gain access to the Blackluster Soldier. That is very useful for the Dragon Master Knight fusion that the deck can go into. They have finally added lifetime missions to be able to just play the ritual. Ah, yes, of course. The perfect solution. But regardless, you can now complete lifetime missions to get those cards, amongst others. You do not get extra copies. For example, I don't have this mission myself, but this is a good change. This is actually a really good change. And, you know, new player helpers can finally recommend Blue Eyes and not be like, you're going to be playing like the bad version of Blue Eyes. Yes, you can, eHero Stratos. So very good change. Second, we got the announcement of the breakdown in game for the who can go where in what tournament. Well, let's just say, let's go ahead and bring it up. Where is it at? Where is it at? For Speed Duel, there will be 2 slots for North America, 2 for Latin America / the Caribbean, 1 for Europe, 1 for Japan, and 1 for the entirety of Asia, Oceania, the Middle East, and Africa. This is what happens when you cut down the number of people who can go to make room for rush duelists. So why? So to my knowledge, I think the reason Japan's only getting 1 and NA gets 2 is because a lot of several Japanese players have already qualified. So they have done this in the past where if a massive number of people came from one region, they would they would push it towards other regions to try and equalize it out. But yeah, still, you would have expected Japan to get 2. And then of course, Rush Duel, which has 8 spots total. Has 2 for NA, 1 for Latin America and the Caribbean, 2 for Europe, 2 for Japan, and 1 for 4 continents. Very nice. They're doing the best that they can. But as you can tell, Japanese players not necessarily happy about this. So what I think they are actually referencing here is that the people fighting for that spot expect the competition to potentially be insanely fierce. Now, moving on briefly to the actual physical card game, we had YCS Indianapolis, and, oh, turns out that Snake Eyes, oopsie, we accidentally did a, tier 0 again. So the funny thing here is that it was actually starting to look a little bit like maybe Snake Eyes wasn't the dominating force anymore. You saw some other decks winning. And then this tournament comes around and you just see absolute domination to the extent that basically nothing else was competing. Now, this did lead to a bit of a discussion that has been ongoing. Specifically about the meta, and a lot of people maybe not being too particularly excited about the metagame, which is understandable. We ourselves in the Duel Links community are potentially heading into our own tier 0 question mark, probably not, but maybe meta, and having just recently left one in the Tachyon meta, it's understandable that, you know, we're a little bit concerned. And specifically, I wanted to highlight a thread from Eva. And one of the discussion points that I've seen coming up is basically talks about what should be banned to try and fix this. And I'm always kind of fascinated that whenever ban list discussions come up, if you have a problematic deck, people will constantly recommend bans to stuff that doesn't affect the root cause of what's wrong with the metagame. So, for example, banning Flamberge, that is a direct hit towards Snake Eyes. I definitely agree there. But then you see conversations like banning Shifter. Shifter? Like, am I missing something? Is Snake Eyes playing Shifter? Banning stuff like Rivalry, Warlords, Tikaboo, Sanctifier, Deck Lockdown. Banning Ostinato. Like, again, I'm not trying to highlight this person in particular. I'm just using this as an example of, like, whenever ban list discussions come up, it really feels like rather than addressing the root cause of what's happening, which, at least in the case of the physical card game, is one card starters, it just becomes like a laundry list of like things people just don't like, I guess. which is understandable. If you don't like floodgates, that's cool and all, but like I think when people start to discuss these sort of things, we really need to focus on like the causes of why we're at the point of asking for these changes. So to put a dueling spin on it, for example, we tend to ask for bans for two reasons. One, we're just tired of seeing the deck. And it's like, okay, this deck has been meta for 6 months now, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Can you give it a limit 3 so that like hopefully I see it less on the ladder? That's like a very common request you see within the Duel Links community, because while we will get tier zeros, I think a lot of us at this point are just expect that Konami will address the tier 0 relatively quickly, because at least from a Duel Links perspective, Konami is very profit driven, and if a deck is tier 0 for too long, ain't no reason to buy new stuff, right? So we tend to see our tier zeros get hit relatively quickly. We will still complain about them, don't get me wrong, but we kind of have this innate understanding that we know the lifespan of most tier zeros. It's 1 month. It's maybe 6 weeks before they're going to hit the deck. Our concern with Konami addressing tier zeros usually isn't, is Konami going to hit the deck? It's, are they going to hit it hard enough in the first ban list? No, Hans, this is what I'm talking about here is the discussion point of that whenever you have a problematic meta, people start to discuss issues that aren't really the root problem of the bad meta. For example, Shifter doesn't need to be banned. This is probably because, I don't know, maybe they like Tearlament or something. Like, Shifter is not causing the problem with Snake Eyes. Warlords, Tikaboo, Sanctifier, Deck Lockdown are not causing the issue of Snake Eyes. The issue of Snake Eyes is 1-card starters. They produce non-games. I don't necessarily agree, because like something like Rivalry of Warlords is a perfectly fair and fine SD is probably skill drain. A lot of these have playable outs, right? But anyways, like the real issue that Konami's probably gonna have to tackle with the TCG, OCG, etc. is they went down the route of giving certain decks 1-card starters, and if you do not address that, every deck is gonna slowly morph into play 18 hand traps and your 1-card starter package. No, so like, for example, skill drain, you can, there are plenty of ways to destroy skill drain with monsters on the field. You know, the classic example of dealing with skill drain is access code tribute itself, for example. Now obviously that's a bit excessive, but there are ways that people can even play in archetype outs. But yes, like a lot of these floodgates are at 1 now, so it's like, now obviously skill drain is a bit of an issue specifically, but I would actually argue most people don't want to be on 18 hand traps and then floodgates. They would rather play cool decks like Pure Melodious or, you know, whatever deck of the moment is. But unfortunately, the physical game right now is just being pushed into a direction where you have to play 1-card starters and then vomit hand traps to stop your opponent from doing anything. It's something that will need some serious addressing in the relatively near future, at least in my opinion. But I found the discussions going on very interesting, not just from, you know, these people, just from like a lot of the more well-known people within the community. And I don't know. Fiendsmith makes everything worse. Oh, I am aware. They just need to implement a dueling. So the problem with that, Meraki, is that would require completely changing the way, or completely redoing the entire ban list. And I don't think Konami is going to do that. The most likely thing that you could see happen is a master rule change that added a Duel Links ban list system on top of the regular ban list system. Like, call it like extra limited or something. And then it just operates similar or identically to the Duel Links system. And that would be a way for you to address problematic cards without having to ban them entirely. Just approach decks in the same way that they do in Duel Links, which is, we don't want you to play these combination of problematic extra deck monsters. It's kind of crazy that the meta in my region is completely different to the West. Like, no one plays Snake Eyes here, and our meta is super healthy. How much of that comes down to people either not being able to afford or not having access to the cards, Valk? Because I have noticed that can unironically be part of the reason sometimes. Won't that make the game unfriendly more? What do you mean by unfriendly, Elberries? Hello, rookie. The new banning system? How would that make it unfriendly, though? An example would be like, you put like, let's say that you didn't actually want to have to ban Sprite Elf, for example. You could put Sprite Elf at extra limited 1 and then combine it with like other like extra deck monsters, like, I don't know, Appaloosa is at extra limited 1. So it's like, does your Sprite deck want access to Elf? Well, congratulations, you can run it, but then you can't run, you know, SP Little Knight or Appaloosa or whatever. You could basically do the thing where Duel Links will be like, we don't want you running, you know, Draco Berserker and Master Hyperion or whatever, and you only get to play the one that makes the most sense to your deck. Because right now the problem is certain cards, putting them at 3 or 1 is irrelevant. The only change is banning them. We'll get to memes later, Marco. I want to make sure the tournament gets started smoothly. Bring back Pot of Greed at extra limited 1. I mean, in an ideal world, Zach, you could do something like that. Like, if you value that, but it, like, again, you would put like all the really good cards that people want access to on that special ban list, and then you cherry pick the ones that make the most sense. I don't know. I think it could be neat. Has Traptrix done anything this format for Duel Links? No, not really. And I don't think it will. At least not for a little bit. Right now, people are focused on figuring out what specifically can beat agents. And that doesn't really allow for a lot of experimentation for a deck like Traptrix. You know, when you're hard focused on something like, okay, we're pretty sure that the new rocket skill is really good and can kind of go toe to toe with the deck. Let's focus our attention, energy, mind space there, as opposed to something like Trap Tricks. Like, Trap Tricks would have done amazingly well in a world where it wasn't released alongside Agents, pretty much. There's just way better decks to be focusing on at the moment. It's just the agent skill? No. Summon Breaker. Whoa. Sorry about that. Summon Breaker is an issue. Sky Scourge is an issue. Amongst other things. Hello, Tinkerbell. Welcome. Wait, people are making Norlyrit? I'm not sure what you mean by that, JF. Today's single elimination lemon. I'm over here because I wanted to be able to have the text on screen while I talked. I don't think it's that one. It's Invincil or whatever. I mean, Heatwave is certainly an issue, yes. I think it should be addressed. Ain't nobody out here defending Heatwave, at least I don't think so. I was just giving an example. All right, let's go ahead and get the tournament started. The tournament has begun. Single M, pay attention. Three. Okay. Let's go ahead and find our first matches. Oh, Jesus. All right, Valk, we'll give you a chance. All right, we got K-Brock at the top. We got Valk at the bottom. The last time we had a tier 0 during the summer, it was Rose Dragons. Back then, Warrock was the solution. Can it be so again? Wento, 1 back row pass. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and add a copy of Neptune via our skill. We're going to go for the Dark Hole. Wipe the field. Oh, but we apparently forgot to read. Because when the little war rocks are destroyed, they grow up. Bring forth the Meteoragon. What next? Tell him to change his name to K. Bork. Double Dark Hole. Cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. Ghost Mourner on the revive of the Agent of Creation, Venus Negate. Ice Dragon's Prison. We're going to go ahead and bring back the Venus. Banish the Hyperion. Get out of here. And look, the concessions. No, bro. There's no, he could not OTK you. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Next game. Tenpai and Duel Links, no way. True. Alrighty, K-Brock, you will be allowed to build your deck first. No interruption. Start off by activating our skill here. Neptune, revive the Venus. Lancia, do not negate, but no Banish. Venus to the field. We will be able to do so. So we will be building our board under the Lancia threat. Going for Moon dump the Majesty Hyperion. Thank you very much, Eli. Okay. Going for Roland here, activating Sacred Waters in the Sky. Adding a copy of Master Hyperion. Unfortunately, cannot summon it right now, lest we tribute. We will make the Master Flare here, using all three. So one card in hand is Hyperion, Master Hyperion. We don't know what the other is. So we could have potentially one hand trap. Activating War Rock Mountain here. Now keep in mind, Master Flare Hyperion. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish one fairy type monster and target one card on the field and banish it. We could interrupt the War Rock Mountain here, but we only have one interruption. We have to save it for what we feel is the opportune moment. Your breakdown for today, with 35 entrants, we have 11 Agent, 16 Borrowlink, 6 Borrowlink, 4 Blue Eyes, 3 Sun Avalon, 2 Shadal, 1 Gimmick Puppet, 1 Phantom Knight, 1 Red Eyes, 1 TG, and 1 War Rock. We will banish the War Rock Mountain here. Interesting. Goes for Utopia. Hello, Drewy. Rank up the Utopia into C. 39 Utopia Ray. Hello, Siu! Welcome, welcome. Rank up into Utopia the Lightning! We go to battle. No effect! Boost! 5,000 attack, and oh, I notice you appear to be at 2,000 life. Lethal! Should I use a dream ticket on Valor or Moonlit Chill? They're the same card. They're not the same card. Valor can be used whenever, but only on your opponent's turn. Moonlit Chill can only be used when the monster is special summoned, but can happen on your turn as well. There are pros and cons to both. I personally think Valor has more global usage. But that's just me. We are about to hit the edges, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the way. When we return, we will have our next match. Be right back. My eye cheek? What do you mean? Where? Which side? Am I, like, are you talking here? I don't think so. Get me the link, Valk, and I'll add it. You know the rule. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, there's like light reflections happening because like I have a cat in the window that's... So it could, maybe it's a shifting light or something. How floof? Not really. None of my cats are really floofy. Like, are you talking like right here, for example? Or are you talking further back? I think it's just the light, the way the light's reflecting, because you can notice it like moving around. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe somebody's beating me up in my sleep. Yeah, I got you, Valk. Okay, we got Lemon at the top. We got Che at the bottom. Agent's going to be making its plays seemingly uninterrupted here. Che at the bottom with what appears to be the new rocket deck, Borreload Link. Making Master Flare Hyperion. Now, one of the advantages that this deck does have going into the Agents is if they go second, they can just get a free pop of any monster with the effect of Quad Boral Dragon. Makes Clear Wing. Okay, interesting. Wait, hold on. Soul Drain Dragon. What the hell am I looking at? 4,000 attack, So it can, and 0 defense, so it can be searched. It's a light monster, level 8. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by a dragon type Xyz monster's effect in your possession and cannot be special summoned by other means. I'm gonna guess we don't. Is this in here exactly because it's a light monster you can dump off of the skill? Okay, so we're gonna use Quad Burl, Exploder Rocket, and Talkback Lancer to make a Borreload Dragon, which is untargetable by all of our monsters' effects. And we just attack in because we're at 500 life points. Wouldn't have happened if you'd kept Pluto. Just saying. All right, Borreload going first here. We are going to add Lancia to our hand. Destroying the Ram Claudia. By doing so, we're going to be able to summon an Ibly to the field. Ibly will be linked off for the Talkback Lancer. Give that to our opponent. Searching for a copy of Interlock with our double Disruptor. We're then going to use Interlock. Distributing our Galactic Spiral Dragon. We're then going to use our skill because our opponent has a monster on the field. Quad Burl. Allowing us to go into a flash charge. Set 1 back row. Pass the turn. Lancia effect. No Banish. We are going to attack in to get rid of the Ibly. We are going to protect here. And then that's just lethal. Shay takes it in 2. What's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh archetype? It's changed over time. Initially it was Harpies. Then it became Tri-Brigade. And it's probably still Tri-Brigade. I like Lab, but I don't necessarily... It's not like my favorite. Like, the question was, what's my favorite? I like Raid Raptors. It's not my favorite. My favorites throughout history have been Harpy, then probably Tri-Brigade. All right, watching another Rocket player. We've got Xerox at the bottom, Hepburn at the top. Heavy Interlock. Forced to destroy double Magna Rocket Dragon. Did we have summoned one of those? Okay, so one thing you might want to consider here. So Heavy Interlock destroys. If you were to summon, you can, yeah. Summoning one of the rockets and then using Heavy Interlock would have allowed you to get a float during the end phase. Alright, gonna be able to just Red Eyes Fang with Chain, get yoinkin', and this will be lethal on the field. Or not! Now it's still lethal. Now it's even more lethal. Wow, only a 3 streak easy? You must not like me. It's understandable. Ooh, those are much better numbers, Eli, with 15. Alrighty, Card of the Soul, searching for a copy of Lancia. We're gonna Red Eyes reverse here. Red Eyes Insight, get dumping. We'll go ahead and revive here. Bring our Red Eyes back to the field, searching for a copy of Red Eyes Fang with Chang. Into our Flare Metal Dragon, we are going to activate Rapid Trigger to allow us to go for the Borreload Furious Dragon. In the end phase, we will float here. Taking those 250 burn damage each time. Brings back the Red Eyes. Gonna be able to... Would have been able to bring back another one. Quad Borrel gets poppin'. Links off into a Borreload Dragon. You can't pop the Xyz. It can't be destroyed while it has material. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Searching for a copy of Red Eyes Fusion. We're gonna put Meteor Black to the field. Make the Doom Rider. Attacks in 1 and 2. Double Disruptor to the field. We're going to be able to bring 2 bodies back. Searching for a copy of Heavy Interlock. Gets the Riot Dragon back to the field. We will be able to Red Eyes Fusion here. Going for the Meteor Black Comet Dragon. Attach the Black Metal Dragon. We're going to go for the Reduce here. Still big enough to beat over. And then we run out of time. Unlucky. Konami, fix the timer, please. Hello, Manarchist. You are not first, but good try. All right, Mr. Paradox at the bottom, vodka for WCS at the top. We're gonna go ahead and pop our Exploder Rocket Dragon on the field. Heavy interlock. Bring out. We will get the float here, floating into a copy of Metal Rocket Dragon. Lancia effect. No Banish. What are you gonna do? How are things? Things are well. We're in much better spirits. Thank you for asking. Going for the moon here. Norrentino, you're on a hater mood? Understandable, bro. I'm big feeling that right now, bro. We're going to go ahead and negate the Pluto there, and then we scoop it up. Okay. We go to game 2.
Duel!
So whoever goes first wins. Nope, not true. We've literally watched several games where that didn't happen today. But I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain decks that definitely want to go first. We're in a very polarized meta right now. But that's not every deck. Remember, one of the things Konami has been experimenting with in the last, I would say, probably 4 months or so is skills that benefit the player if they are going second. Or at least what should be going second. You can look at something like the PK and the Raid Raptors skill that will give you an additional body on the field to help you play through interruption. Sun Avalon has their skill plays very similar to that. You have something like the Rockets, which can just spawn a free copy of Quadboral Dragon. Hello, Elmaz. Hello, I'm a new Yugi player. Well, welcome. What is the meta deck right now? The meta decks right now are going to be stuff like Agents, Borreload Link, Blue Eyes, Tidal, stuff of that nature. The easiest deck for you to build as a new player, though, is Blue Eyes. All right. We're going to tie ourselves up. Did I watch your VOD? No. Sun Avalon cannot be built currently, as you cannot get the drops for it. Denra, you were not here earlier. Konami has actually fixed that issue. We will go ahead and bring it up on screen. What do I think about Ancient Gear? Unfortunately, Ancient Gear is not very good right now. They have added new lifetime missions that can allow you to get some of the monster or cards that have been given away as part of events and whatnot. So if you do not own the Blackluster Soldier normal monster, for example, you can now get it. How do I feel about Dark Magician? I mean, you can beat people on the ladder with it, but it's not good. Ripping a card out of our opponent's hand, floating here. Okay. Norrentino, you are a mod. Use that power wisely. Why is he a mod? Because Norrentino's a good boy most of the time. I said most of the time. Well, Valk, I never say, ah, look, the sun has risen again. You just assume it to be the case, because of course the sun will rise again. Okay, Lancia turn 1 against Phantom Knights. Good luck, gamer. We're going to go ahead and add another copy of Lancia. If you somehow survive this turn, you will not be playing again. Quadboral get poppin'. We are going to float here. Galactic Spiral effect. We are going to be able to full board clear. Can't do any more, though. Lancia effect. Not going to let our opponent play again. And we get the concession scoop. Hello, Pain. Duel. New sign up. Oh, yeah. All right, we get hit by another Lancia, but our opponent doesn't do anything. We are just gonna set one and pass. Goes for a copy of Riot Dragon here. Gets a free Quad Boral. Effect Valor to negate. Necrofusion to bring out the Furious Dragon. Furious Dragon, get popping. Negate! A second time. We will get in for 1,000 damage. Tributing off most of their board for a sphere mode. Horn Scales returns to the field. Sword, bring back the gloves. Go for the Break Sword. Break Sword effect. Or no, rather that's just the boost. Yep, ball. No. Yeah. Okay. We are going to go for the Furious Revive here. Riot Dragon effect. Adding back to the hand. Putting the ball in defense, but it will just return to our opponent's side. Attempting to get the float off of the Exploder Dragon. We will negate it and we will scoop it up. All right, PK player going first here, and no Lancia. We're going to get dumping. Torn Scales return to the field. Stain Greaves summoning itself out. Cloak searching for a copy of a Boots. Why interact with each other in a card game when you can just floodgate each other? I mean, yeah, that is like the current era of the game. I have a feeling they will eventually address it. It's just they have, for whatever reason, elected for this to be the flavor of the month. Alright, Sword Revive. Going for our Ophion here. Gets poppin'. Able to set a copy of our rank up force. Search for our Terminus. I don't think Lancia is necessarily max C, but it is probably one of the hand traps that has seen the most usage over time. But it also comes in and out of the meta mostly as is demanded of it. Played at 3 in almost every deck. The difference, Shui, is that if given the option, people would not play it. Okay, so we have outed the Ophion here. See, we actually are unable to deal with this Xyz Dragon in just sitting there. Incredible. Gonna go for the Furious Dragon here. Going full defensive, floating into a rocket. Link off into a Quad Boral. Quad Boral get popping. Double Disruptor, adding heavy Interlock. Interlock effect. Get in for 3k, 1,000. That will be lethal. I agree with Hans. Lancia is a symptom. Oh no! We are all free to complain. Absolutely. 100%. But if people were given the option, they would not be playing those cards. 100%. What would an ideal ban list look like? I have to actually think about that for a little bit. Because realistically speaking, it really depends on what they consider problematic at the moment. Like it all comes like, okay, well, that's a bad answer. Right off the bat, Summon Breaker needs to get hit. That's one of the biggest offenders. Oh, we're gonna watch it all about. I would have said Ophion is a problem, but I actually don't know if Ophion's actually a problem. There are so many ways that that card can be dealt with now. Yeah, pretty much how I feel about it. We do have the Ghost Mourner here. We're going to be able to dodge it, though. Huh. What specifically is the problem? So I do think ban Ibly. I mean, I'm not against that, but I don't think that's necessarily the problem. The biggest offender of Ibly here, I mean, is I don't think the rocket skill should operate based on your opponent having an Ibly. Like, it should be on turn 2 onwards. If you change the rocket skill to not be able to be used turn 1 by cheesing it, I think that fixes a lot of the issues with that part. That said, Ibly is still kind of annoying, but I don't know. I think it can theoretically be dealt with in different ways. Remind myself again. What do I feel is genuinely problematic? In Agents specifically, Agents is invincible. Is the Sky Scourge, Breaker, and then probably being able to use the Parshath, but they have to have done that on purpose. I would tone back the skill, remove the 2 Floodgate cards. Blue Eyes, I would probably just put Dragon Spirit of White to 3 to remove Crackdown. And then I would put Heat Wave to 1. Like, actually limit 1. That doesn't necessarily do all that much, but it does stop you from combining it with something like TTH. Also, you wouldn't be able to play it with Summon Breaker, although that's not as big of an issue. Phantom Knights is probably fine. Ophion is questionable, but I think you could potentially put Terminus to 1. That way you don't get Terminus unless you give up your other limit 1, like Reinforcements of the army. Sun Avalon, I don't think they need a hit. Sun Avalon's fine. Borreload Link, I think, should just not be able to... The monster you add should have to be a dragon or Cybers type. Don't let them add Lancia. Also, make the skill require turn 2 onwards. I don't think you need to do that, Loom. I think if you just remove limit 3 traps, like Crackdown, the deck's fine. But I understand if you feel otherwise. I just don't think you need to kill Blue Eyes, especially, like, I'm sure you saw this, Loom, but they finally added the ability to get the BLS. Let's keep Blue Eyes a playable deck. It's a good deck. It's a really good deck for new players once again. Eli, I'm talking about getting the Quad Boral. It's like right now you can get the Quad Boral by giving your opponent a monster. If you make it like all the other turn 2 skills and require you to be on turn 2, I think the skill's mostly fine. Like I said, I probably would make it so that you can't search Lancia. I do like everything else that Borreload Link does. I just don't think you should be able to search Lancia specifically. Shadal, I don't actually think I would change anything about Shadal. Shadal's fine. This might be a bit of a hot take, but that deck's perfectly fine. Winda is fine, yes. You do not see Shadal dominate. Winda is not fine. I guess I just disagree. Y'all acting like Shadal's out here like dominating the meta. And yet, realistically, what is Shadal? Like the 6th most played deck? Winda killed TG. Oh my god. Jay? It is not. You could remove Shadal from the entire metagame, and TG is not coming back. You are beyond delusional if you believe that, my dude. Fossil Dyna doesn't dominate Master Duel. Do you think that card is fine? Yeah. I honestly do. Like, is Fossil Dyna stun decks running rampant in tournaments and making it so that only stun decks top? No. You're getting mad that you lost to the random bad deck one time. Like, I get it. It sucks, but move on. Not all tournaments do. Horus stun decks have been on the rise. Sure. What do you think is specific? Why? What do you think? So, Pain, what changed in that equation, by the way?
Duel.
Stun decks were around before. Horus cards are new. What do you think the problem became? Is it the bad Floodgate cards or the free level 8 10,000 attack worth of bodies you can get every turn for free? Out of curiosity, what do you think the problem is? The floodgate cards. True! You need me to check DMs very urgently. Alright, so unfortunately Murata is going to be banned. Those vanillas sure are a problem. What is one of the things that a stun deck can have difficulty doing? Out of curiosity. Hot take, I'd rather lose to the bad deck designed to annoy the meta than a good deck abusing something broken. I don't think that's a hot take. Hello, Skywing. How is Tinkerbell able to sleep like that? By being a cat. No, don't do it. No! You little traitor. All right. It's insane how popular stun is in higher ranks. I don't think it's necessarily because of UR taxing. I mean, that could be a part, but I think the one of the hidden things about something like Master Duel, and this applies to literally any game you play that has a lot of repetition, people default to what is easy. It's why you would have decks like, you know, 10-Yi Adventure, like Uber deck that could put up like 10,000 negates, and people would play it like for the first couple days, and then it just started to fall off. Why did it start to fall off? Because if you're playing 50 games a day, do you want to sit there and do a 10-minute combo over and over and over and over and over again? No, you get tired of doing it. You're like, what if I just set a couple floodgates and pass the turn? Depends on the combo. Well, I'm talking about the really egregious ones like PK Adventure, 10-Yi, what, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the ones that are like 37 different one-card bricks in your deck that you have to go through a convoluted... Even Synchron is not quite as bad as some of those decks are. Like, Red Eye Zombie combo is long, sure. Now, one of the things that a game like Duel Links has benefited from is that a lot of times, think about the skills, right? What are a lot of our skills, what are they actually emulating? They're emulating the fact that you can skip a lot of the combos and just get straight to the part that you care about. Not always, but a lot of times that is true. Okay. Bro. So we have triple hand trapped our opponent. We have one card in hand. We're gonna draw one more. And it's a Lokai! Let's go! Mr. Paradox, yes. That is also true, Paris, but that's not always the case. I'm talking about something like, think Phantom Knights, where you just send your break sword to the graveyard to help you get to your Requiem. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. I heard the last TCG YCS was the worst one in a while. 75% Snake Eyes in the top 32. Full Power Tachyon or the Agents now is more annoying. Tachyon, for sure. 100% Tachyon. Agents is very much annoying too, but not in the same way, and not to the same level. People are finding ways to deal with Agents. I wouldn't say Agents is easy to play around, but there are definitely way more ways to interact with it. Tachyon might unironically be like the most powerful deck this game has ever seen. Alrighty. Shall we watch a TG Coper? This one goes out to Jay.
Duel.
Sorry, Tachyon's single-use Omni pales compared to the reuse, recycle, roar times. Oh, Jamie, I don't think you understand. You think that you think you would get a chance to recycle roar. You would not live long enough to recycle roar. I'm sorry. Yeah, what about it? It says top 16 plus. What? Goes for Shooting Star TGEX here. Interesting. Goes for the Halberd Cannon. You don't have to apologize, Mr. Paradox. Paris, you're wrong. Alright, Halberd Cannon pass. Interesting. Effect Valor, negate. Goes for the Melody of Awakening Dragon as a Riot Dragon and a Levianeer. Do I think you can make top 100 with Tenyi again? Absolutely not. You will get rolled. Negate the summon. Levianeer destroy. Floats into the TGEX. Limiter removal. Searching for a copy of the Screw Serpent and the Gear Zombie. Screw Serpent. Into the Star Guardian. Negate the summon. All right. Lancia, no Banish. Rocket Tracer effect, floating here. Returns the Tracer to hand. Float during the end phase. We will Fossil Dig, adding a copy of Booster Raptor. Go for the Striker, go for the Raptor. Modulate the level. This will allow us to make our Herald of Arclight. And then our opponent will go ahead and scoop it up. PG winning game number 1. Thank you for the 3 watch streak Metal Overdrive, my soon-to-be future companion in Baldur's Gate. Have you come up with your character yet? I will tell you this much. Whatever I play, it will be either a gnome or a halfling. Because bork you. Goes for the Guardian here. Add the Screw Serpent back to hand. Better not be a fat ass lizard. Go for the Power Gladiator. Looks like we're going to set up the TG extension once again. Will I be doing a WCS Stage 1 climb stream? Yeah, probably. All right, Halberd Cannon, Lancia, negate. Is that just another KC Cup? No. Well, yes and no. It's like the ultimate KC Cup. Your last chance to earn an invite to Worlds. Hello, Vanilla. Hope you are hope you are doing well. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Is it the same as the KC Cup in format? Yes. What? What? Yeah? Do you need up here? Hello, Tinkerbell. Hi. That is Moo. This is Tinkerbell. All right. Can we not push my keyboard away? I sort of need that, baby. Laser Shark, actually, probably not. You're better off choosing something like Hammer Crush Deal or the Blue Eyes skill. You need to think about what the vast majority of people will have. BuzzTix TV, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, but people aren't going to play that. Is there a tier list update today? Probably. Alright, so what do you do here? Flash Charge Dragon's going to be able to pop a card you summon. I would expect more Blue Eyes. Can you please stop pushing the keyboard? Where's Tinkerbell at? Hello. You good, baby? Gonna have to check her again for fleas. I don't think so. I haven't noticed anything, but... Yeah? You know what? I might have to clean her ears. You got earwax, baby? There's two. All right, able to break through. We will take game number 2. And we are about to hit edges, so we're going to go ahead and get those out of the way. When we return, we will have game number 3. Stick around. Be right back. When was the last time she went to her vet? It's been a little bit. It probably couldn't hurt. Juninho is Portuguese, I believe. Oh, is he Brazilian? Okay. For some reason, I thought he was Portuguese. My bad. Removing Tinkerbell from the desk can be like a surgical extraction. Carefully scruff her. Get her to the ground. Withdraw your arms before she can do her retaliatory nips. And then hope she... Whoa! Where is Jade Hex with the voice lines? I'm sorry, unfortunately, I cannot be that for you, Mizu. Level 12! Or what would it be? He's armed to the teeth. Level 12 TG Halberd Cannon! The summon has been closed. You shall not be able to reside within the battlefield alongside me. We will attempt to pop here. Negate! With the effect Veiler. Do I think Summon Breaker and Heat Wave could be hit? Oh, absolutely. So what did we search for? We added double Levianeer. And we just pass? But why, though? We have Levianeer, right? We've already used the closed summon. Oh, right. We got Lanciad. Good point. I was definitely paying attention. Bring back the Recipro Dragonfly. This is a level 7 Synchro, if we so desire. Quantum Dragon. We're going to go ahead and use the TG limiter removal. Add the Screw Serpent back to our hand. This should be lethal. $4K straight to the dome. Sam will take game number 3, and TG will be moving on. What new numbers did we get that never got a funny intro? Let's see. That actually would... Okay, that actually would have seen use. Fortune Tune. Galaxy Eyes, Neo Galaxy Eyes. Giant Hand. That brief period of time that the Shark Drake Vice was played, as well as Crystal Zero. Yeah, I think that's about it. Closed summon with hand traps better than Beatrice? I mean, I don't think there's a for sure way to... Like, TG is kind of on the out, so I think it's anyone's guess at this point, but he has now won 2 of his rounds, moving on to the 3rd one. So our top 8 is Borreload Link, Sun Avalon, Agents, TG, Sun Avalon, Borreload, Agents, and Blue Eyes. I don't have the new bracket up. Let me go ahead and get that real quick. Were there any Sky Striker? No. Do remember that the meta weeklies are a bit on the smaller side, though, so... they're not a perfect representation.
Duel.
They are just a representation. We were gonna grab the bracket. Edit com bracket. Shouldn't be edges. I did those like 20 minutes ago. Kind of weird. Okay, so we got Samir at the top. We got Shay at the bottom. Sky Striker falling out of the meta is entirely... Well, one, the deck was already kind of being solved, but it's also a big factor of it is going to be the just current metagame. The climate for it isn't good. Sometimes that kind of stuff can happen. A deck is still good. It's just not a good meta for it. What card would bring Sky Striker to meta again? One card. Like, if you were to pick one card to try and solve their Duel Links' issues, it's probably Linkage, right? Give them Linkage so they could potentially OTK. All right, goes for the Borreload here. You know, this is like an underwritten thing here, but the fact that Borreload Dragon can't be targeted is actually, unironically, really powerful right now. All right. We did get negated here, so we could be targeted. Gonna go for a Thrasher. We are negated, though. Thrasher, Boost. Make another Thrasher. Boost. 11,000 attack. Samir will take game number 1. Are there any good choke points in Sun Avalon? So you can.
Duel.
Well, it depends on what you mean by choke point and what your interruptions are. If you can stop them from being able to use Shadow, that hurts a lot. If they go for the Resurgent and attempt to revive, you can remove it. Let's say hand traps like Valor and Warner. Droplet the Lokai. Excellent suggestion. If you negate Dryas, they have to legally surrender. I mean, if they're going second, if you negate the Dryas, they don't get the search. They can use their skill to go into a Link 2. If they unexpected die, they can also kind of cheat around it. I don't know. Dryas isn't once per turn, but it can be difficult for them to get to the point where they can Dryas again. I guess... Is negating the Link 4 a good spot? Because if they don't get Bloom, what are they ending on? Like, a bounce and that's it? Well, not only does it negate the skill drain, but they don't get the boost on their boss monster either. What is this end board? How did we end up here? Did I see what Konami? Yeah, it was because they are only giving you like 5 days before stage 2. Do you want to have to grind to max in 5 days? Lancia, no Banish. Norrentino, you'll play it and you'll like it. I mean, gems isn't really an issue though, is it? Like we got the they're giving you gems in other places to like make up for it. You got the Have Fun campaign and stuff of the sort. Normal summon Ibly. Gems is an issue for me as they release boxes so frequently now. Well, Skywings, if you're like a free-to-play player, you should not be going into every box. Choose what you go for carefully. Thoughts on DD Crow to counter Ibly Lock? No. Sun, Avalon, Bloom, negate. Return the Quad Moral. Samir, please. Why? We're gonna zoom through. I want to see that. I want to see it say time limit.
Duel.
Easy. I'm definitely not gonna do that. We got the words. Why Hyperion ask for something in end phase? True. So, Bismuth has defeated Nedex and will secure a spot in the top 4. That is Borrelode Link, confirmed in the top 4. Is Summon Breaker and Imperial Order getting limit 1 next ban list? And Imperial Order? I assume you mean Sky Scourge. They probably should get hit, yeah. With agents getting an OP skill, it gives me hope that we'll get some new Nordic support soon with a skill to make the deck playable. What Nordic cards are we missing? There's a fair bit. Any missing Valkyrie or Dark Lord cards? Yes to both. Valkyrie, we're missing 1 monster and then a bunch of spells, the continuous ones. Skyblazer, thanks for the follow. And Dark Lord, we're missing a bunch. We are missing 3 traps, 5 monsters, and a fusion. What is the top 8, you ask? It is Borrelode Link, Sun Avalon, Agent, TG, Sun Avalon, Borrelode Link, and then Agent and Blue Eyes. Dragon Maid is one of those break glass in case need make money decks. It's amazing we haven't got maids yet. Why do you say that? You hold on to that stuff until you want to have a big boost month. It's a weak archetype that's probably be very bad now. I'm not sure I agree. Okay. Dumping Double Disruptor and Riot. What deck do I like from the new box? If you're talking about of all the new deck boxes, in order of decks that I think I like... It's a tie between Sun Avalon and Borreload Link as number 1. The other one would be number 2. Then probably Agent, then Traptrix, I guess. Traptrix got kind of done dirty. Right, pop in our ROM Claudia. We're going to be able to bring out an Ibly here. Were Traptrix done dirtier than Prank Kids, though? No. Because Traptrix is, like, playable. The skill work. 1, Traptrix got a skill. And 2, the deck's playable. It functions, and it functions well. It's just not to the level of these other decks. You do have to be careful about Traptrix, don't get me wrong. Like, the current version, you can set it up so that you can, like, PTH your opponent, like, every turn. Did I pull for any $1 URs? No, I whale, so there's no need. Sowing to protect. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just saying. It's not really a flex. It's like the opposite of a flex. All right, Tracer gonna pop itself here. Lancia 2! Negate any Bonetian. Oh, we have no reason to bounce right now. Think about it. We have the negate. What are you worried of him going into? Whatever he goes into, you can negate, then bounce it. Effect Veiler. Negate the... Oh, this is dirty. Bloom effect here. Go for the negate. We are now negated. All right, pass the turn. Lancia. In return. Duel Links slowly becoming Master Duel with how relevant hand traps became. I would remind you that hand traps have actually been semi-relevant for a while. They were just combat tricks. Also, yeah, that's true. But, like, I'm not sure how to put this. It's the inevitable forward march of time. Like, what are you supposed to do? I don't think that's necessarily true, BMAT. Again, a lot of the problems are fixed with skills. The more skills get ways to play second, the less you need hand traps. Adds double Levianeer here. This goes so incredibly hard. And yes, as mentioned, hand traps. If it ever gets to the point where Konami truly feels there's too many hand traps, then they can start limiting them. There will not be a new selection box. No, we just got one. All right, lethal on field, 2,000. 3K, and Che will take it in game 3. Barox, I do think it is a conversation worth having, though, because look at the state of modern TCG. Like, every deck is playing like 18 hand traps. Every deck looks identical. It's 18 to 20 hand traps. Plus, you know, 5 to 8 non-engine, plus 12 card engine. And that's like a bunch of... So I think the concern of reaching that point is understandable. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think people liked Edison because it was a blend of old Yu-Gi-Oh! And new. We're going to hop into a game 3. There's a good vid called Why Can't Yu-Gi-Oh! Get New Players on YouTube. Talks about how the game has become inaccessible to anyone but established players. I mean, yeah, that's a conversation that's been... It is harder. It's not impossible, but it is harder. It is undeniably true. Yu-Gi-Oh! Grew with this audience, got more complex as we aged. Yes, that's true. You can't delete hand traps, but what I think they need to do... So, I've actually really been thinking about this a lot lately. What if the TCG was to start adopting Duel Links-like effects in monsters, but without having just like a skill card? And so one of the things that I was thinking of is like, part of the problem right now is that how do you benefit the going second player, right? That's often one of the conversations that people have with the game is, how do you help player 2? Well, the question is always becomes stuff like hand traps, board breakers, that sort of thing. But all of those are literally draw the out, right? Draw the out. Draw your 5 cards. Did you draw what you need to draw the out? What if they considered using the extra deck as a way to benefit the second player? And I mean more directly. Oh my god. PG actually winning it. Imagine, so one of the examples that I made, let me dig it up. So I was like, I think you could combine skills with extra deck cards. So here, let me go ahead and bring this up really quick. I know this is just me yapping, but let me yap a little bit here. Let me yap. So I took where did I save this at? Stream setup. I saved it in the wrong location. Excellent. So I wrote, for example, I think you could also start potentially incorporating really powerful effects on monsters that lock you for the rest of the game, but also give you an extremely powerful effect in exchange. Imagine a new Boral link that said something like, you may summon this monster by destroying 2 rockets from your deck. They are treated as having been destroyed on the field. You may only summon this card in your if your opponent controls a monster they are the original owner of, and for the rest of the game you may not summon anything other than Dark Dragon or Cybers type monsters. I'll fix it for you, Omsam. So this would be an extra deck monster that you basically get to summon for free as the turn 2 player. And I'm not saying like what the effect would be, but you commit your deck to something and gain a massive benefit as the turn 2 player, and it's always accessible because it's in your extra deck. You can always access it. I think that is something that Konami could potentially start looking at. Look at what Duel Links is doing with its skills to benefit to player. To be honest with you, Konami never going to do that. I mean, probably, of course not. But my point was that there are ways to potentially solve player 2 that is always and immediately accessible. But doesn't enemy just use Mourner or On You or Veiler and that? Well, no. All of that was just the summoning conditions. So basically, think about how Borreload Link gets to just put Quad Borrel on the field for free. It's the same idea. You get to summon this monster from your extra deck without having to put any monsters on the field by destroying 2 rockets from your deck, but then you lock yourself for the rest of the game. That is what I'm talking about. Like, it would be a way, you are player 2, you get this immense advantage, but you have a trade-off. But anyways, we are ready for the top cut. I'm just saying, there are ways for Konami. Cards need to be less accessible, not more. We're talking about player 2, though. And everyone always says player 2 needs to draw the out, right? In your 6-card hand, you need to draw the out for what player 1 does. Well, if you made it so that you don't have to always draw the out, that part of the out is given to you as compensation for going second, then you gain a benefit. We're sorry you have to go second. Here's a slight advantage to hopefully make it a little less, you know, difficult, or a little bit easier for you to play into the board. I don't think that's necessarily wrong or a bad idea. Top 4 has begun. Isn't that kind of what the Sun Avalon skill and Rocket skill are doing? Yeah, exactly. I think that Konami's experiment with benefiting the player 2 in Duel Links is fantastic, and I really hope that they consider doing it more with like more of their skills going forward, and find a way to potentially incorporate it into the TCG. Now, obviously, they're not going to give the TCG skill cards, so you would have to find a way to benefit player 2, not 1, player 2, and to make it so that it is something that is readily accessible and doesn't require you to just hope you draw into it, you know? So that was my little thought experiment. I mean, rip it apart all you want. It's just me yapping. Some of these skills have 0 drawback. Are we talking about the same skills, my dude? Which one of the skills that gives you a card on the field, like an extra monster, has quote unquote 0 drawback? Almost all of them lock you in some way, dude.
The true master of galaxy eyes.
If not all of them.
I'm Dennis, your favorite dual tainer.
Blue Eyes doesn't have a benefit to going second. What are you talking about? We're talking about skills that help you going second. I'm talking about stuff like Raiders Revolution, Let's see. You cannot special summon monsters except for Raid Raptor monsters and Xyz. Sounds like a restriction to me.
I'm Dennis, your favorite dual tamer.
You cannot special summon monsters except for Perform Mage and level 4 Spellcaster monsters. Sounds like a restriction to me.
The Phantom Knights cannot be conquered.
You cannot special summon monsters with a level except for Phantom Knight monsters, and you can only activate one effect of an Xyz monster on each of your opponent's turns. Sounds like a restriction to me. What are you talking about? Like, literally, all these skills that are giving you a benefit for going second are restricting you. When your whole deck is those, it's not a restriction. My dude, it stops you from playing the BS that people don't like. Imagine that you have that skill, but you were in the modern TCG. Could you put SP Little Knight in your deck? Well, if you can only summon Raid Raptors and Xyz, no, you don't get to play SP.
I've returned to face my destiny.
Borrowload Link. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except Dark Cybers or Dark Dragon. You're locked. You cannot summon other random cards. You are gaining a powerful effect for a trade-off. We're about to hit ads, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the way. When we return, we'll have the top 4. Be right back. Watch them all, Dragino. Watch every single ad. Click on them. Click on them. Accidentally buy something. You should totally murder some children. Taken out of context! That's not what I meant! Okay, we are in the top 4. Your top 4 are TG, Borreload Link, Agents, and Borreload Link number 2. How essential is Levianeer for Borals? You want at least 2 of them, in my opinion. So fairly substantial. It's like a lot of the decks now are building around ensuring that they have a way to get a light monster in the graveyard to enable the pop. So I'd say pretty up there. Does it need 3 Disruptor? No, absolutely not. I would say most decks are playing 2 copies. You can play 1, but I think most are playing 2. Okay. So we are going to end on Trident Launcher, along with our Halberd Cannon that can float into a Shooting Star TG extension. Plus 2 cards in hand. Potentially hand traps. What is illegal? All right. Lancia, no Banish. Oh no. I mean, we have to deal with this, right? We will closed summon. No Ibly for you. Yeah, if we allowed the Ibly to go through, once it goes to our side of the field, then if our Halberd Cannon is dealt with, it will not float. Gonna dump Rocket Exploder and Galactic Spiral to the graveyard. We are going second, so we still get to be able to get a free copy of our Quad Boral. Destroys a Link 3. Able to get 2 free bodies to the field. Oh, that's devastating.
Magna Rocket Dragon.
Yes, Naurus. It appears to be hand trap heavy TG. They defeated on their climb here. They beat Agents. They beat Borrowload Link. And they beat Agents.
I Link summon. Come here, Link 4, Borrowload Dragon. From my hand, I activate a spell card.
Now, we are under Lancia, so we cannot banish here.
Battle! Borrowload Dragon's effect. Strange trigger. Exploder Rocket's effect activates during this end phase.
He had to negate the Ibli, otherwise he would have been under the lock.
My turn. It's your turn. It's my turn. I draw. But now, I activate my monster's effect.
You, Lancia, me? Return the favor. Ventai with the 200 biddies. Thank you so much, my dude. Well, you know what I mean. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. It's actually been going very well. Thank you.
Halberd Cannon may be gone, but another tech genius replaces it. Up here, I special summon a monster.
Bring back
You don't know how much trouble you're in. Do it
the
more.
shooting star TG.
Shit, come on. Try to defeat. I'll decimate you from it. I draw.
Ooh, and we weren't able to activate our effect as we were under Lancia. Cannot banish a tuner.
Here I go. I special summon him. I activate my monster's effect.
Summon out Levianeer. Pop the TG. And we have lethal on field.
Battle! Borrowload Dragon, attack! Thunder.
You are correct.
No. What a sad way for you to end. My monster attacks you directly.
All right, Shay will take game number 1.
I knew there was something special about you. Memories of my father are what push me to succeed.
Saying, remember when Varus summoned Levianeer, when Levianeer was literally a part of Dragon Link, like in the physical card game, is kind of wild. No blue eyes in top. Blue eyes made top 8.
Duel.
Alrighty, TG going first once again. Can Varus search Lancia with the skill? Yes. All right, Herald of Arclight, Halberd Cannon, and a potential card in hand, hand trap in hand. Summon forth the Quad Boral Dragon. Banish the Lancia to activate its effect. Herald of Arclight. Negate. Herald of Awakening, or Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard the Magna Rocket Dragon. We now have the materials needed for a Halberd Cannon. We're going to send Exploder Rocket Dragon and Borreload Riot to add double disruptor. We just have it all, dog. Nightmare Corruptor Ibli to the field. Link it off into the Talkback Lancer. Ibli, join the enemy's side. We are thinking if we want to activate Closed Summon here. We let it go through. Levianeer to the field. Closed Summon. Negate. Double Disruptor, bring two bodies back. Activates Heavy Interlock here. Using the second copy of Levianeer in the hand as material for our Riot Dragon. All four materials. Yoink the opponent's Halberd Cannon. Hello, Mech Lord. Normal summon Screw Serpent. Closed Summon. Why? Did we forget? Realistically, our only option... No, why did we not... Awesome! I guess it didn't matter here. So one option was to run Ibli into the Borreload Dragon and set a monster. Exploder Rocket! For game. Well done, Amsam, making it to the top 4 with TG. Excellent performance. And Che, of course, moving on to the grand finals. What good card would make World Chalice be meta again? Nothing. World Chalice is like the first Link archetype is bad. You would need a skill. No, actually, let me take that back. I guess... the level 5 Ibli Link. Not Link, Synchro? Ib? Justicar or whatever. Give them a skill that lets you get Ib, I guess. It's fine, Bismuth. I was just gonna watch your guys' match. But it's whatever. On the other side, Bismuth has defeated Fazueli 2-0. That is Dragon or Rocket Link defeating Agent, so it will be a Borreload Link mirror match in the finals. Rocket Link, sorry. Deal with it. And you know what that means. Prediction time. Who will shatter the mirror? Che, Rocket Link, Bismuth, Rocket Link. No. You will have 5 minutes to vote. Don't at me. Is Rocket best deck from the new box? It's the most fun deck from the new box. It's probably also good. Is it the best? Remains to be seen. I'm going to take this opportunity to do one last edge while we wait for them to get to the room. Be right back. Ban me for a week if Che loses. Done. Why not live twins? Why not live twins? What? They need us. Oh, why are they not the best deck? Because they're not a one card. Well, because they're. Live twin could live twin do. I'm actually really curious. Like, how much? There are certain decks. Like, could they actually play again and just aren't being explored at the moment? Like, I saw in a recent tournament, I think, what was it? Like 30 card Mayakashi ended up topping. And I thought that list actually looked kind of interesting. Hello, Kexiled. I'm looking for it. I forgot which one it was. It might have been one of the Japanese ones. Was it? Okay. It was from, I think it was from the Kuma Bear Weekly or whatever. Ain't nobody playing Crow, though. Who cares? It's Crow. We are not in a Crow meta right now. Alrighty. The submissions have been ended, and it is perfectly balanced at 50% each, as all things should be. Do you think the easiest change for the Boral link is to prevent them from searching Lancia? Probably, but not at the moment. Not as long as Agents is a BS deck. You can nerf it when you nerf Agents.
Duel.
But also, if you nerf Agents and you don't need Lancia, people just won't use it because they don't want to run Lancia if they don't have to. No, I understand that, Hans. I'm just saying it will be like the WCS will literally be an opportunity for people to, like, whatever secret brew they're sitting on. I don't have a top 32 link is not active right now, Umis. Today's single elimination, so we don't have a top deck. We just have a breakdown. No problem, my friend. Yeah, whenever we do single eliminations, it's just the breakdown. The next tournament we will be running that will have a top 32 will be the Grand Prix on Wednesday. What time does the Grand Prix start? Same time as this one, 2 p.m. Eastern. Destroys the Dillingerous Dragon. Revive 2, which will cause the Dillingerous to revive as well. Go for the Borolo Dragon. Silver Rocket Dragon effect. Rip our opponent's Quad Boral. Set 1 and end the turn. Our destroyed rockets will trigger during the end phase. Exploder Rocket and Magna Rocket Dragon. Come forth. And Lancia, no Banish. So we searched for Rapid Trigger, which we could go into. We've also got a Boroload, which can't be targeted. This might be a reason to run double Quad Boral. In some of my personal builds, I already have been. Go for the Booster Dragon here. Go ahead and send the Booster Dragon here via the Magna Rocket. Reveals the Double Disruptor, sending a Boroload Riot and a Galactic Spiral to the graveyard. That will give us a Lancia of our own. This is game 1, yeah. We're going to destroy our Double Disruptor, allowing us to grab the Boroload Riot back. Double Disruptor can ban... Oh, nope, can't even banish ourselves for the search. We will go to the end phase. Activates Rapid Trigger. Chains the Rocket Tracer. Goes for the Exploder Rocket Dragon. Destroying both of them to go into a Furious Dragon. Magna Rocket Dragon will float here. Into an exploder rocket. Our Magna rocket is going to float here as well. Lancia, no bunny. Shh. Well, we currently do not have a lethal line. Unless we do something. I, however, can get... Wait. We can respond and burn each player for 1,000 damage. Scoop it up. Lethal. It was game regardless. I was just being cheeky. Bismuth up. Game number 1. Not just your points. That's one game closer to Jigglypuff's mic being timed out for a week.
Duel.
It is no side. All right, Bismuth going first once again. Reveals Exploder. Sending Spiral and Riot to Atalancia. Sends the Exploder Rocket Dragon to the graveyard via Melody, searching for 2 more. Grabs a Chaos Dragon Levianeer number 1 and 2. Activates Heavy Interlock here. Tributing off one of our Levianeers. And unfortunately, that is going to be the extent of our turn. So we have Lancia in hand, a Levianeer in hand, a Rocket Tracer, and a Riot. Immediately going to put our opponent under Lancia's effect. This deck is tier 0? No. Very good, though. Wait, what? Aren't we immune? Why are we popping it? The monster special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summoned from the extra deck and is unaffected by the activated effects of any monster special summoned from the extra deck. If a monster is on your field or in their on your opponent's field or in their graveyard, play one link to... Okay, I guess it doesn't... Skill is not considered from extra. If a monster is on your opponent's field or in their graveyard, play one Link to Boral monster from your extra deck. So despite the fact that the skill says from your extra deck, it is not considered from your extra deck. Got it. Despite the fact that it says from your extra deck, but it's not from the extra deck. Got it. I understand. Hello, Duncan. Muscovy, have I ever told you just how much I hate you sometimes? So we are under Lancia. Has Rocket summoned Bish Balkan yet? Okay, so can you actually summon Bish Balkan before? Let me make sure I double check that. Does it meet the conditions of the skills of the skill? Bish Balkan. It is in fact a dark dragon, so yes, you can. Oh my god, is this actually Boral Sword lethal?
Go! My monster attacks. Boral Sword Dragon activates its effect. Blast Destruction. A Link monster's effect. Targeted Exploder Rocket Dragon. So, you're what a sad
It is in fact not exact lethal. It is over lethal.
It didn't go my way today. I'm not one to fall for your foolish strategies.
And Che gets his revenge in game number 2, which will push this to a game 3. Also, for all the complainers, that was player 2 winning. Player 2. Not player 1, player 2.
Witness a duel that transcends the limits of the mind. I activate my skill. I've returned to fight. In the name of the Hanoi, this duel is the beginning of your end. Duel! My turn. I set a card.
All righty.
I'm setting a card.
Bismuth appears to have bricked.
Tutor monster.
Ish.
Tracer. With this, I end my turn.
Ooh.
My turn. I draw.
Is unfortunate.
Ha! I activate my monster's effect.
We will activate Lancia, however.
I activate my skill. I discard a card to activate Quad Boral Dragon's effect.
We are going to go ahead and attempt to pop our opponent's Rocket Tracer.
Rocket Tracer activates its effect.
We're going to go ahead and dodge.
Exploder Rocket Dragon. I activate my Quick Play spell. Quick Launch. The Tutor Monster, Rocket Tracer. Witness a duel that transcends the limits of the mind. I activate my monster's effect.
Alrighty, go ahead and revive the Galactic Spiral here.
Come here. I special summon a monster. I activate my Quick Play spell. Quick Launch.
Now, unfortunately, we can't take advantage of the Rocket Tracer here. Or did we already use
Magna
Rocket Tracer?
Dragon. I manifest my circuit. You were never in this fight to begin with. I Link Summon.
Are we going for a Boral Sword lethal? Yes, we are.
Here's Link 4. Boral Sword Dragon. Boral Sword Dragon activates its effect. Blast Destruction. A Link monster's effect targeted Magna Rocket.
Wait.
Double Disruptor Dragon.
Okay, so we do. Okay, we hadn't normal summoned yet.
With this battle, there's no coming back for you. Attack, Double Disruptor Dragon.
There is a delay. Takes a 25.
What a sad way for you to end. I attack you directly. I activate my Quick Play spell. Quick Launch. Magna Rocket Dragon.
All right, Magna Rocket Dragon will be able to wall off this attack, but we have one more.
Match is over. Attack, Boral Sword Dragon. Boral Sword Slash.
And that's lethal. Che will be your Game 3 winner and the champion of today's Duel Links Meta Weekly,
I will be back.
defeating Bismuth 2-1
Push me to succeed.
in the mirror. Well done. Alrighty, go ahead and pay out. Choose outcome, Che. Okay, here is Che's build. We are running double Chaos Dragon Levianeer, one Ibly. Now, it should be noted that instead of like a Blue Eyes, we're playing Soul Drain Dragon. That's hilarious. The only thing that looks weird here, other than Soul Drain, is that we are playing Auto Rocket Dragon. And no Black Meteor package. Y3 ROM, you can destroy it with a Riot Dragon, and when it's destroyed, it summons Ibly, and then you link Ibly to give it to your opponent. There's the extra deck. And then here is Bismuth's list. We are running the Red Eyes monster. We are not playing the Ibly package, instead going for the Rocket Pop. Also an additional fusion accessed via our Necro fusion. We are playing double of the Quad Borals as well. Only one Lancia, by the way. Since it's searchable, though, makes sense. Here is Omsom's list. 20 card, playing triple Lancia, triple Valor. Hello, Icy. And Fazuli on Agents. It's over already as we reach the 3.5 hour mark for a single elimination. Top 16 when? Wednesday. Samir on Sun Avalon. We are playing double Lancia, double Crow, triple Valor, double MST. Only, let's see. Extra deck looks. We're going 2 Thrasher with 1 Dryades. Or Dryas, excuse me. Dark Tuner. Agents running 2 MST. Nedex on Sun Avalon. We are playing triple Lancia, double Mourner, triple Valor. 1 MST. And Psycho, Blue Eyes. Looking fairly standard. Well, the double Valor is a little unusual, but all right. Okay, that is going to go ahead and bring today's tournament to an end. If you made top 4, I will contact you in the Discord with instructions on how you can receive your prize. If you're interested in more of these events, you can join them by being subbed to Decade and joining the DLM Discord. In addition to that, we host other events of our own. You can join them by going to our own personal Discord. We host 2 to 3 tournaments, typically 3 tournaments a week. Do consider joining. We are trying to grow the community. My goal with this server is eventually, like, if other people want to use it as a way to host events as well, it would be super cool. That way it's kind of all together. Shameful Shoe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's see what else. We will be doing some KC or WCS streams throughout the week, most likely. I need to hit D level max for both of them. So we'll probably do a little bit tomorrow. And then do another one on Thursday. So we're probably going to have a bit more of a stacked week this week. As always, you can get notifications if you join the Discord and add the stream notification. I did PTRG. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it'll be hidden, Sakadetsu. Secret streams to rob you of your watch streak. And only you, specifically you. I want to break your streak and break you. Let's find somebody to raid. We are gonna raid Acetone because it'll be funny. Oh yes, it's gonna happen. Easy, I'm quite aware, don't worry. We will be joining the unbannable streamer. All right, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. It was fun, and I genuinely mean that.
Don't shut up, Nim. He doesn't need to see this. And you know who else doesn't need to see this? Do you know who else really